everybody, it's Elena from Power for Parkinson's, and we're here today to energize and exercise. So I'm really glad you made it. Today we're really going to be focusing on building upper body strength. So I'm so glad you joined us. What you need for today's exercise is some water, as always, and then some light weights, and I really want to invite you to get crafty because I want you to find a really light weight, maybe even a soup can. When I do this first exercise we're going to do at home, I use a soup can because we're going to do wrist curls. So our wrist is not nearly as strong as our biceps or anything like that. So this is a half full water bottle. You could use a water bottle, a soup can, something light. And then something a little bit heavier for our stronger muscles, biceps and shoulders that we're going to be working on today. So glad you joined. It's so important to build in resistance training like this to keep our bones strong. So let's get right into it. We're not actually starting off with any of the weights because we're going to start with finger dexterity. So upper body, including the fingers, bring your palms to your lap, palms down. And we're going to do what is called finger lifts. So look down, and I want you to start by just lifting your pinky, put it down, then just your ring finger lifts. Oh, that one's hard, put it down. Just your middle finger, put it down. Lift just your pointer fingers, point it down, and then lift just your thumbs. Beautiful. All right, keep this going, and I want you to take it at your own pace, whatever feels good to you. I'll keep it moving, and I'm glancing down, just making sure that as I lift my fingers, I'm only lifting one at a time. I'm curious if y'all are also having a lot of trouble with your ring finger. That one is really hard for my brain to pick up just on its own. Let me know in the comments. Woo! All right, let's do a few more of these finger lifts, and then we'll shake it out. Whew, nice. All right, reach your arms forward, still focusing on hands, finger dexterity. I want you to point your palms towards the ground and then towards me or whatever's in front of you. For me, it's you in front of me. So I'm going to point my palms to the floor and then I'll point them towards you. Towards the floor and towards you. So really making an effort here to keep this movement isolated in just my wrist instead of helping with my shoulders. Next time your palms are facing forward, keep them there, and then we'll all say together, close, open, close, open. When you close, I want you to squeeze, open, close, open, close, open. Four more. Close, open, close, open, close, open. Last one. Beautiful. Shake it out. All right, here comes that lighter weight. Water bottle, soup can, you decide. And we're going to start with it in one hand. Well, we're only going to use it in one hand. And then I'm going to lean forward, and I'm kind of going to bring my forearm and my weight onto my thigh. I'm just going to gently curl my wrist down, and then gently curl it up. You might notice that it feels better for you to have all of your fingers on one side, or maybe it feels better for you to grasp it. It just depends on how big your hands are, how big the object is. So play around and get comfortable. And just like before, I want you to isolate this movement in your wrist. So if you notice that your elbow is kind of lifting and joining the party, just isolating this movement in our wrist. We do a lot of exercises and a lot of movements throughout the day, of course, that require us to have strong, healthy wrists. And I notice, like when I try to do a plank, my wrists really ache. So I've started to build in some wrist strengthening exercises, sharing those with you today. I'm starting to feel the burn in my forearm, in my wrist. So keep going with a few slow, steady wrist curls at whatever pace feels good to you. I'll count down for 3, for 2, one more. Beautiful. And then we'll sit up and we're going to switch sides. Same exercise, other wrist. So I can really notice on a lot of exercises if one side of my body is stronger than the other. If I start to get tired more quickly on one side. So notice if that happens over here. Is your left wrist stronger? Just something to notice. Now keeping this slow and controlled. It's really hard to control this in your wrist if you're rushing through it. So if you're doing this, I want you to slow down. Controlling this movement. Even though there's not a lot of weight, if any weight added to it. We don't spend a lot of time just isolating our wrists, so totally makes sense that I'm feeling the burn, that this is tricky. Keep moving at your own pace. We'll move for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Get rid of your lighter weight. Grab your heavier weight. And And before we get started with this first exercise, let's just take a quick moment to kind of scan down our body to set us up for success. If you're seated on a chair, I want you to be scooted forward towards the edge of your chair. That'll help you press your feet into the ground, help you engage your core, chest lifts. Love it. So really keeping your core tight as we do all of these exercises. Our first one is a bicep exercise. We'll start with a regular curl, so my palms face forward. I go up, down, and then I'm going to rotate my palms to face in and do a hammer curl, up and down. Beautiful. So one bicep curl, followed by one hammer curl. Join in if you haven't already. Just like we've done with the first few movements this whole video, I'm going to invite you to move at your own pace. So maybe you're moving faster than me at home, or maybe you're moving slower than me at home, whatever feels good for you. I'm moving at my own pace. The pace that helps me keep it controlled, not letting gravity pull my weights down. Good job. Keeping this movement in the elbows. Definitely feeling the burn here. If it feels better for you to take it one arm at a time, that's always a good idea. Do a few more of these bicep curls. I'll do 3, 2, and one more. Beautiful. All right. Roll your shoulders around. Nice job. Let's bring our palms up, elbows tuck in at our sides. So this exercise, this next one, is great for your rotator cuff because we're going to be rotating our shoulders out and then bringing them back in. Nice and slow and controlled. You might notice the theme is slow and controlled. So as I open my arms out, I feel my chest broaden, feel my shoulder blades hug behind my heart, and then I slowly come back in. Open out and slowly come in. Beautiful job. Maybe feeling the burn not only in your shoulders, but also in your chest a bit. No need to rush. We'll go for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We meet here. Let's move right into our next exercise. Extend your arms out and then pull your elbows back. I like to call this serve the platter because I feel like I'm reaching out to offer you a Thanksgiving pie and then pulling my elbows back in. So serve the platter and then pull your elbows back in, keeping your palms up, arms tucked in close the whole time. Ooh, this one is tricky. It might feel better to do one arm at a time. Find whatever works for you. You could slow it down. You could grab your lighter weight. Keep breathing. Notice as you get fatigued, does your core engagement kind of slack off? Totally makes sense. It happens to all of us. The farther we get in the workout, the more fatigued, the harder it is to keep our strong, healthy form. So I want to remind you to keep your core tight, chest lifted, finish out that rep. And then bring your weights down. I need a minute to kind of shake it out. Maybe take a sip of water. I'm not listening to my own advice because I don't have any water. That's okay. Learn from me. Take a sip of water wherever you are at home. And I'm going to show you your next exercise. It's a shoulder press. Go ahead. Bring your elbows up to 90 degrees. Notice how my shoulders are level with my elbows. So you could start out a little lower if that feels better for you. We're going to press up and then slowly lower down. This is the shoulder press. Join in. Like always, you can take it one arm at a time if that's better or more comfortable for you. I'm going to keep doing this shoulder press, and anytime we raise our hands above our heart, it also increases our heart rate. So you might notice that happening a little bit, especially as we get farther into this workout and as we keep working hard. One arm at a time for me. It's feeling like what's best to finish out these next 20 or so seconds. Keep breathing. And if you notice any tension in the back of your neck, that's a good way to know that you could engage your abs a little bit more. Great job. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Slowly let your weights come down to your lap. Roll your shoulders out a little bit. Nice job. This next exercise, we're actually only going to need one weight at a time. We're going to do a narrow row, seated down. So I want you to get this leg out of the way. And just like before, it depends on the size of your legs and your hips, whatever works for you. Maybe you want to bring your leg out to the side. Maybe you want to bring your leg behind you. Maybe it feels best for you to turn sideways to kind of sit on the side of your chair, create some space here. But I want you to create space for you to lean forward, reach your arm down, and then find a narrow row back. Notice my palm stays facing in. From the crown of my head to my tailbone stays long and strong. That's because my core is engaged. Beautiful. Keep rowing for me. We're building strength in our back here and a lot of other muscles, but really focusing on our back here. Nice. And make sure your chin stays off your chest, so not letting this happen. Keeping our chest lifted. Keep rowing it out for me. For 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to switch sides. Whatever that looks like for you. Bring your weight to your other hand. Engage your core, lean forward. And then here we go. Pulling your elbow back to 90 degrees and then releasing it down straight. Just like before, long spine, lifted gaze, engaged abs. Are you breathing? I just noticed I was holding my breath, so don't hold your breath at home. Keep breathing. All right, move with me. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Sit up tall. Grab that other weight. We're going back to 2 weights. All right, we have 2 more exercises. This first one, we're going to start off low. We're going to raise our palms, and then we'll pull it back towards our chest, extend, and then lower. You could do it 1 arm at a time, if that feels better to you, or you could do both arms. Join in. We're moving here for a little bit, opening by pulling your chest, stretching out your chest muscles, building a lot of strength here. And as you lower your arms down, I want you to avoid gravity's help. So moving slow and controlled, especially on the way down. Keep breathing. We're doing so good. All right, countdowns here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish that rep. Oh my gosh, I am definitely feeling the burn. Okay. Last exercise, we can do this. We're going to do a tricep extension. Ditch the weight. Back to 1 weight. I'm going to hold it like this, a little bit different. I'm going to reach my arms up, stacking that weight above my head, and then I'll bend my elbows, bending back and extending up. Bend back and extend up. If you notice that your elbows are opening out towards the side like this, I want you to squeeze your elbows in towards your ears or towards your temples. Your elbows open up out to the side because it's just your stronger muscles like your shoulders trying to help you out. But here we are trying to build strength in our triceps. So keeping those elbows tucked to isolate the back of our arms here. Just like before, long spine, long neck, supported by your core. All right, y'all, push through this last movement together. We're doing amazing. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Slowly bring your weight down and ditch it off to the side. Beautiful job. We're going to spend just a moment or so together starting to stretch out that upper body, but I really think it would be a good idea for you to spend some extra time stretching it out. All right, let's start by giving ourselves a nice tight hug, and then when you get there, make it even tighter. Kind of walk your fingers along your back, and then bring your chin to your chest and gently roll forward. Beautiful. Now lift your gaze, lift your elbows, and then slowly drop down, arching your back. Nice. So just this kind of shaking your head, yes and no, and also getting your upper back involved. Let's do 1 more. Then we'll open our arms up and hug ourselves again. This time, other arm comes on top. Just like before, hug yourself as tight as you can, and then slowly chin to chest, round your upper back, and then sit up nice and tall. Beautiful. Nice. 1 more. Now open your chest out towards the side. Reach, reach, reach. Lift your gaze. And release. Nice work. All right, I want us to take 1 breath together. Take a big inhale. Reach out and up. And as you exhale, clap your hands together and then keep the clap going. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me for this strength building workout. I hope you had a good time and I hope you come back and see us soon. Bye, y'all.